Do you ever feel like you should be up more money betting sports? You're winning more than you're losing. Everything looks great until you take a look at your bankroll and nothing has made a difference. Well, I can almost guarantee it's one of two reasons why this has happened. And no, it's not because you haven't bought my 5-star VIP locks package that'll make you a millionaire in a month. Those are scams. Stay far away from them. Nothing anybody ever tells you about that is good. Actually, the real reasons are a lot more practical than that, and they're entirely free to fix. As a matter of fact, they're guaranteed to put more money in your pocket, and yes, that's a fact, and I'm gonna tell you how. And I should say, this is not a get-rich-quick video. Those do not exist, and even if they did, the sports books would limit your bet size down to nothing before you could say, wow, this process really does work. And also, if you're just betting for fun, and you don't really care much about winning or losing, that's 100% cool. I respect that, but this video probably isn't for you. But I do want you guys to ask yourself a question. How often is it that you bet overs? You log into a sports book and you're looking over the menu. Is it 50% of the time, 70, 80? Is it 100% of the time that you're betting overs? And it wouldn't be surprising if that's the case, because think about it, the psychology of your average sports bettor, it's pretty simple to figure out. And this is a knock on nobody, but you want to have fun. You want to sweat the over prop on a points prop. You want your player to do well. You want your team to perform well. You want to see a game score 60 points and not 15. It makes perfect sense. That is fun. And that could be you. That could be your friends. Honestly, that's how most people think. That's the large majority of sports bettors, because it's fun. But you know what else is fun? Winning money. And yeah, sure, you need to be a little sick in the head if you love betting unders all the time. But here's the cool part. It's not about loving betting unders or loving betting overs. It's about always making the best bet and always finding an edge whenever it's there. And really, how are you always or ever going to find the edge if you're only betting on overs? But let me tell you why this really matters. Generally speaking, sportsbooks are going to put more vig or juice on the overs. Why? Well, because people love betting overs. And truly the biggest issue, the biggest problem, the biggest bankroll drainer that I see with any sports bettor that's doing this looking to make money but is yet to do so is being completely desensitized to price. And what I mean by that is, think of this. Most people would go out there and bet a Joel Embiid over 33.5 points prop at -135, even if it was out there at -110 on another sports book. People would go and place a +105 bet, even if they could have grabbed it at +120 elsewhere. And sure, that may not seem like a big problem to you on the surface, but consider trying to win $100 on that Joel Embiid bet. If every time you placed that bet, you were betting it at -135, you need to bet $135 just to win 100. Now think of the other side. Every time you placed that bet, you found it at -115, you would only need to make a $115 bet to win 100. Now run that scenario 100 times in your head. Hell, run that scenario over 10 times in your head and tell me it's not already going to make a huge difference to your bankroll. And if nothing else, think about the insane amount of money that you're giving to the sports books every time you grab that 135 instead of -110. Win or lose the bet, you're giving them money that could stay in your pocket. That's why our entire site at OddsShopper is built around finding those better odds. It's called line shopping, and it's a way to keep your hard-earned money every time you make a bet. And what we're doing is actually pretty simple. We're just scanning the market in real time down to the second to find plus EV bets or positive expected value bets that aren't in line with the sharp sports books, or as we call them, the sources of truth. And then here's where I say everything comes together. This is why I say you will make more money. You will keep more money no matter what following this process. We're calculating the true odds of all of those bets, and that is where you gain the serious true edge. I'm going to give you an example too that I think will kind of change the way the light bulb will go off, because this is truly a process. You don't just start sports betting and understand this stuff immediately. It took me forever to really fully grasp this approach and to understand, like, on my own, you're not just going to be a massively profitable bettor. And you're going to see guys on Twitter that are posting massive screenshots of $80,000 parlay wins with astronomical odds. The truth is though, they're reverse limited on these sports books. They let them bet what they want because long-term they're not profitable. If they were, they wouldn't be allowed to place more than 10 cents on one of those parlays. So think of it this way for a second. If you're always placing bets where you're getting odds that are better than the true odds of the bet, like let's say you're getting a bet at +120 where the true odds are +105, then you're always making good bets. It's really that simple. And if you calculate the implied probability of a bet winning at +120, it's going to be 45%. At +105, it's 49%. So you're getting the price at 45%, even though the true odds say it should be 49%. Bang. And if you begin to approach sports betting from this angle, it never matters if you're betting an over or if you're betting an under. Only that you're making the best bet based on the odds that are given. All right, now back to the unders for a second. We didn't forget about that. We ran a really detailed study at OddsShopper, and without giving too much away, we did in fact find that sportsbooks are placing more vig or more juice on the overs. And if you look at the data from the bets that our tool has recommended for the current 2023 NBA and NFL season, the results are staggering. And you can see it on the screen here. The ROIs for overs and unders performed similarly for the NBA, but there were way more under bets, which shows that on any given day, as we talked about through this entire video, the amount of good under bets is going to far exceed the amount of good over bets that you're going to find on any given sportsbook based on the true odds that are being calculated. And for the NFL, man, the unders have crushed the overs and been recommended at a far higher clip. And given everything we've talked about in this video, it makes a lot of sense, right? Now, who knows? Maybe sportsbooks begin to adjust for this and more people begin to use plus EV tools and are competently calculating true odds like we do over at OddsShopper, and the sportsbooks adjust. But until then, the data speaks for itself. There's still going to be a ton of great over bets, in our tool specifically every day, but there's almost always going to be more unders, and for good reason. I really hope this video helped you guys. And if you're ever interested, if you think you're far along enough in your sports betting journey to where you want to keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket, you want to start making educated plus EV bets, I threw the link in the description and the pinned comment for our OddsShopper tool, which also includes all of the expert picks and a great thriving Discord community with people who think exactly like you should be thinking right after watching this video. So hit that thumbs up and subscribe if this helped you at all, and we'll see you back here for the next one.